lovely Simlies, it's Deligracy here, and this is the second half of the Goopy Townhouses speed build, which is a speed build I've really enjoyed, and we are currently going to do the interior of the ice cream house. If you haven't seen the first part of the build, I'll put the description link, the link in the description below so you guys can click on that, because we've actually already furnished one townhouse, which is probably the townhouse I've put most of my energy into, because it was for the lovely Sonia, a good friend of mine, who's an amazing illustrator, as I said in the last video, to thank her for some fabush or fabulous drawings. So thank you, Sonia. Anyway, yes, as I said, this is the ice cream house. We've kind of put in some nice lights there for the little girls' room, and we are now doing the kitchen with some countertops, kitchen counters from the base game, which I think this house has a much more traditional feel to it, so I went with those counters for that reason, and kind of pop this table also from the base game in there as well. So yeah, but I also just mentioned that these houses don't have as much, I guess I've still really enjoyed furnishing them, but I definitely went all out on Sonia's house, the first house in the first part. And the reason for that is I did that house separately to these, and the day I actually did these, I actually went through a really sad breakup that day. So being the person that I am, I wanted to be productive straight after the breakup, and I was like, okay, I'm going to finish this speed build furnishing, get that done, because I love The Sims. It makes me really happy. So of course it helped a lot being focused on this, but at the same time I feel like, I mean, you guys know me pretty well. You guys know me very well now, and you can probably tell when something's a little bit off, because I was quite upset this day, and yeah, I think because I had a lot on my mind. I was trying to focus on The Sims, but it kept drifting away, which sometimes happens. So, you know, if it's not as detailed as usual, that's the reason why. But I have to say, I still really enjoyed it, and I am A-okay. I am A-okay, you guys, so it's all good. It was for the best. So, yeah, sad times, but it's okay. These things happen to pretty much everyone. And by the way, I have to put in, I love those items from the bakery set. They're really nice, with the chalkboard, the cookie jar, and the flour packet there on the shelf. But yeah, anyway, the other thing to do with, let's call it the breakup, the breakup, I hate that word, is there, okay, one of two things is going to happen. The first one being, I will end up going out a lot because I want to go party to make myself feel better. Or the second thing, which I think is what's going to happen, is that I'm going to need a bit more daily time doing things that I really like, such as The Sims, which means some more videos, which is a good thing to keep me busy. While I do love getting all dolled up, dressing up, going out, having a bit of a boogie, I think for the next couple of weeks I'm going to take a lot of daily time, a lot of me time, and yeah, I'm going to be having a lot of fun doing some builds, because it's something that I really enjoy, and doing a lot of design work. So that is good for you guys. That is definitely a good thing. So I'm excited for that. I'm wanting to build a bakery, and I'm also wanting to build my dream house. Those are the two things I'm wanting to do. And another thing that is upcoming on the schedule, that has been requested, is a Sims supernatural home. Which will be interesting. I'm going to be enlisting the help of another simmer to design the clients for their house, which I'm excited about. So I'm not sure what kind of supernatural it's going to be. It'll be up to them, and they know who they are. So yeah, I'm excited for that. But anyway, that's to fill you guys in. I know it's kind of Devo news, but I thought it was best to be honest with you guys. But anyway, now we are in the lounge room, and there's curtains. I've actually put curtains in the house because I never like using curtains in The Sims because they never fit the windows. It drives me absolutely bonkers. But we put curtains on there because it suited the aesthetic of the house, and those curtains actually fit the windows, which is really cool. They are from the Master Suite stuff pack, so they're quite nice when they're draped there. And we've got this lemon couch, which is kind of a bit more old-fashioned. It's got the doilies on it, which is quite cute, I thought. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it could be a house for a very feminine sim, that's for sure. Or it could be maybe a house for an elderly sim, or, you know, but then again, there's a youthfulness about it. It's kind of a townhouse that would suit all different sims, I feel like. It could go either way. And the wallpaper in this house, I really like the pastel blue wallpaper. It was really interesting in the last video to read the first few comments, and a lot of you guys didn't like the wallpaper in the last video in Sonia's house, which I found really interesting because I loved it. I was like, damn, loving the wallpaper. So I think you guys will warm to this wallpaper a little bit more easily because it's not as out there. It's more traditional, a little less in your face. So, it'll be interesting to see that. But it's always very, very interesting reading the feedback. Very, very interesting indeed. But thankfully, the feedback on my videos has always been nice feedback. So that is absolutely awesome. So thank you for being a fabulous Simly bunch, because Simlies are awesome. They're good people. Good peeps in the world. And yeah, I changed the pattern on those rugs, flower rugs. I'm pretty sure they're from Midnight Hollow. I'm pretty sure. Because, I don't know, they kind of looked like bath towels when they were all white. And also someone commented on the last video saying, oh, I hope in the ice cream house there is a pastel pink bathtub. And guess what? There is. So I'm sure that Simly would be very happy because what is an ice cream house without a pastel pink bathtub? I mean, seriously. So cute, so cute. And also, I mean, red and green are complementary colors. So pink and mint green came very naturally to the color scheme in this house. And I'm loving those spotty cushions on the chairs. I think they're really cute. And upbeat and fun. See, it's details like that make this house cool for a young sim to live in. But I don't know. But then again, I've made a little girl's room, so it could be an old Sims house where maybe their granddaughter comes to stay, so she has a special room set up. Or maybe it is a young family. I don't know. Up to you guys. But the other thing was some of you were confused with how this house would be played in, or how you would use these houses, because of course there's 4 houses on one block. Okay, so my suggestion for this is you can either deal with it 2 ways. The first way being you can use it in combined with The Sims 3 University Life. You could use this as a dorm, as dorm rooms or student apartments, whereby each apartment you could set the doors so students live in like kind of one each, I guess, or I think that's how it works in The Sims 3. Oh gosh, I know I'm modeling up The Sims 2 with The Sims 3, because it was in Sims 2 where you actually had doors. And am I like off my chops, or did The Sims photograph like a portrait of them come up on their door? I could really be off my chops, but for some reason I remember that really vividly in my mind, so I either dreamt it or I don't know. Also loving the bedspread in this room. I love how that texture / pattern has been changed, so it's all white and grey. I would actually have that in my actual room, to be honest. Loving it. And of course that dresser is from The Sims 3 Supernatural, where a few dresses came with it, so that's nice. And I love it with the creamy wallpaper as well. It's quite pretty, and that roughly painted door there as well. And sorry, back to what I was saying with how you could use these houses. So the first one, of course, is use it in conjunction with University Life as student accommodation. Or the other thing is you can actually black out, maybe 3 out of the 4 townhouses. Black them out like how they black out apartments in The Sims 3 Late Night. I'm sure you can Google how to do that. I think there might be a marker object in Bitebug mode to do that. So you can live in one but still have neighbors. So that's the other way you could deal with it. Or you could have like a household of 8 Sims and have them all in the different houses, which would actually be a very interesting Let's Play, to be honest. I don't know, but this backyard is quite different to the one that's next door. I love how they could peep over the fences. The reason why I did build these all on one block, I nearly actually built them on separate blocks next to one another, but when you have separate lots, there is always at least 1 square grid space between each house. And I wanted them to be joined up, so they could peep over the fences into the next yard. That is the only reason why I wanted to do that. So It makes it seem more real. I hope in The Sims 4 maybe they will do that. I know The Sims 4, like, so many people are commenting on what they want in The Sims 4, but I would really love to see lots side by side. That would be really cool. And then you could, like, join up the walls from each building, so they literally live in the block next door. That would be sick. But anyway, this next house, are we in the... Yeah, we're in the lavender house. The lavender house. And this house is for the more, I guess, potentially the more sophisticated sim. The type of sim who may be a workaholic, who may be a little bit more strict. That's just how I would imagine the Sims to be living in here. So this has dark floorboards, obviously, white walls, and it's a very... What's the word? I guess it's a very... Oh, by the way, I love this kind of blood red carpet. Or not blood red, maroony, reddy, deepy carpet. Oh, it's so boss. I love it. Yeah, maybe a more conservative sim is what I was going to say. And I also love the red with that gold statue. That's quite cool. I did like that. And of course, the old overlapping of the late night coffee tables. I know I always do that, but I just love it. I really love it. And a nice big generous palm tree there as well. It could be from Roaring Heights. I know one came with Roaring Heights, but I'm sure maybe one might have come with Sunlit Tides potentially. Oh, I don't know. And yes, it has some navy or dark blue walls as well, which I actually forgot I changed the white walls to a dark blue, which is quite nice, I think. And I do love blue and green together, so I love the plant, the indoor plant there against the blue wall. It's quite nice. And of course, keeping very classic, very simple, with the marble bench tops, with the matching wood to the floorboards there. It's very simple house, very clean, which I think's nice. I can definitely imagine the type of sim family living here. Definitely a very conservative bunch. And I would totally dress the mum in the store set that was like, what was it? The Fifth Avenue store set, clothing set, where they had clothes that were like really conservative that like lawyers would wear. I would totally make her wear that. That was actually a fantastic set. There was some really good hairstyles as well. Really reminded me of Mad Men and Big Red from Mad Men. So that's really cool. So yeah, and also a very nice dining room set here with... I was kind of wanting to have some, what's the word? What are those rugs called? Persian rugs. There. I thought they looked kind of cool. And a desk area here, which is a nice, it fits actually perfectly in the corner there. I also said in the last video, each apartment or townhouse has a different floor plan to the one next to it, because I wanted them to look like they'd been renovated over the years and kind of changed to suit the kind of Sims that would live there. So that was pretty cool. Also, I watched the funniest speed build yesterday by Caitlin Sims, who's another Australian or Aussie simmer, and it was the funniest video. She's just an absolute cracker. You guys should totally check out this build. I am definitely going to link it in the description down below as well, because it's just awesome. I watched it. And so many laughs. It's hilarious. So if you guys are feeling like a bit of entertainment, you should definitely check out her video, because it's just a real hoot. Definitely a hoot. And upstairs here, we've got a nice chest area. And also, I love this kind of pinstriped wallpaper in the downstairs area as well. That was definitely inspired by my Let's Renovate an Apartment series, where we've gone with some pinstripes on the wall in that apartment, used in a very different way, not in a classic way, more in a very fashionable way. That's a very feminine renovation. Yeah, but this one, it's got grey and white walls, which is pretty nice, very easy to look at. It's kind of nice having one of these simple houses. I used to build a lot of houses before I was on YouTube that were like this, white walls, dark floorboards, it's almost like oh my god, New York, penthouse kind of apartments, how they often have those white walls and dark floorboards. I'm thinking of the apartment that Carrie and Big buy in the Sex and the City movie, which is so sad because they end up not having the apartment and she has that amazing shoe wardrobe. Ugh, amazing with the Manolos in there. Oh, beautiful. Anyway, I'm getting very sidetracked. This room is very neutral colors, but I quite liked it. I really liked that bedspread pattern in that room as well. So this is kind of like a teenage daughter's room. Originally it was going to be a boy's room, but I was like, I want it to be an athletic girl's room, so I thought that was kind of cool. A nice burnt orange chair in there as well. And this is the master bedroom with some nice windows there looking onto the backyard. And a nice bedspread with the zebra pattern, but it's been muted down, making it green and white, which is very classy, in my opinion, or very fresh in any case, with some dark woods there and makeup and whatnot. And a nice little TV there in case they want to watch some late night shows. I don't know. But yeah, also these blinds I bought from the store. I actually bought them with Sonia's apartment in mind because I thought they looked... they reminded me of when I went to Bali, which is where Sonia is originally from, Indonesia. But yeah, I thought they looked quite nice in the classy apartment, the classic apartments. And they have a backyard here. I'm just kind of changing the terrain, so it looks a little bit more realistic with the vegetable plants. My phone is going off its chops, actually. Sorry about that. That's a bit rude. And also, it's got this kind of patio area, which is quite different to the others, because I was thinking if there is a more conservative sim here, they'd want a nice patio laid out. They wouldn't want just, grass and, I don't know, terrain painting. They'd want a patio. So we go with that, and a nice BBQ, barbecue there as well. And some nice chairs around it. Those chairs are from the store, and I love them. They're kind of like French-looking chairs, which is quite nice. And this house, because it's on the end, it actually has a gate where you can get into the back from the front or from the road, which is nice. Maybe that would make this apartment worth a little bit more money if it was on the market in real life. Maybe. And this is the last house. This is the red and yellow house. Someone's called it the Gryffindor house, which I loved. I loved that because I am a definite Harry Potter fan. Not a die-hard one, but I enjoyed the books very much, and I continue to read them over and over again. But yeah, this house, I was kind of thinking about going with tiles and struggling a bit with what floorboards to go with. Just having a bit of a look and feel crisis in this house, but I like it in the end. It's like another youthful house in my opinion, but it could be a nice family house actually. But yeah, oh gosh, that original wallpaper was awful. Oh, actually this totally is a family home. What am I talking about? Because that room that we've just put in, that really cute polka dot wallpaper, that is actually a baby's room. It's a nursery. Which I was just hanging out to do a nursery. I want to build a house with an incredible nursery, actually. That's what I want to do. I don't know if you guys have seen Father of the Bride with Steve Martin, but it is my favorite movie of all time, as well as The Devil Wears Prada and Mean Girls. And the Jetsons movie from the 80s, that was pretty awesome. But anyway, yeah. What was I talking about? Oh my god. I totally lost my train of thought. Oh my gosh. Father of the Bride. Whew. Jesus, that was a little bit scary. So, Father of the Bride, favorite movie of all time. And in the second movie, I don't want to spoil the plot. But anyway, they build a nursery in Steve Martin's house. And Franck, this hilarious interior decorator. Actually, he's a wedding planner. But he does the interior decorating in the second film. But anyway, he creates this amazing nursery. It's the most beautiful nursery you have ever seen. More classic and traditional, but gorgeous, and amazing toys as well. Oh, totally like fangirling over it right now. But that's what I want to build in The Sims 3. I should build the Father of the Bride house. That would be awesome. Because I love that movie. But anyway, back to the build, back to what we're meant to be talking about, and that is the dining room. We've got some circular rugs there, which is quite nice. And this really fun pop of colour on the orange table. And I love this vase. This was gifted to me by Jennifer. Thank you. I love it. And yeah, and putting up a mirror there as well, which is quite nice to open up the room. It's often really good to put mirrors in corridors because they're so closed in, but a mirror not only reflects light to lighten up an area, it also, if there's a dead end in a house, it makes the space look like it's expanding. So, which is kind of general knowledge, I guess, pretty obvious, but still pretty cool. And also doing the bathroom now. I quite like that the kitchen is kind of modern with that rock pattern on it, because I feel like a lot of homes, they may be really traditional in their furnishing, but then you go into the kitchen or the bathroom and it's like really modern. I don't know why people do that so often, but it's very, very common to have a very modern kitchen and modern bathroom. At least in Aussie it is. In Australia, down under. And oh gosh, that sounded so bogan. And also putting in a nice couch here. I believe this couch came from The Sims 3 Pets, I believe. Oh gosh, I hope I do get that right. I'm trying to improve on knowing what expansion packs each thing is from. But also using blue and green there because I'm loving the blue and the green at the moment. I saw a lot of graffiti using blue and green. I think I mentioned it not long ago. Or actually that was mint green I was seeing a lot of, but I've also seen blue and green graffiti, and that kind of inspired me to use those colours. Because I get a lot of inspiration from a lot of random things around me, like things like graffiti, paintings, fashion, I don't know, just random stuff for those who have asked. And saving the game here, because that is very important to keep saving, because I lost half the build the first time. So I was saving a lot more in this. And we're about to move upstairs now. I was trying to fit in chairs here, but I was like, ugh, they don't fit. So that's why these kind of end tables from The Sims 3 Supernatural, they're such an awesome shape and form, because they're kind of elongated and thin, which we haven't had in The Sims before. Well, The Sims 3. So that was really handy. Thank you, Sims. That was like such an awesome thing to add to the game. Elongated end tables, hallway tables really. And this bed was originally going in Sonia's house, but we've moved it to this house. I kept it until the end because I love a brass bed. I think it's pretty. And also I wanted to tie in the kind of warm colours on the bed to the bedside table, so they've kind of got that warm wood colour, and the painting from the store there with a lot of geometric kind of imagery on it, which is pretty cool. Also layering those lights on the right there and rotating them to make it a little bit fuller, a little bit more fun and energized. And also this is their lovely kind of dressing table, I guess, and some books on the side there. And I kind of always have to change the color of books, the book stacks generally, because the actual colors they came with really frustrate me. I don't know why, but they do. They're just like not neutral colors. They would only go with certain rooms. So, you know, I mean, usually you don't pick the colors of books. Books come how they come. Although I totally am the type of person to buy a book because of what it looks like and how it will look in my room. That's kind of bad to say, isn't it? Ooh. But anyway, generally you don't get to pick the colors of books, but in The Sims 3 you can, so I make the most of that. And these hanging chairs I've been dying to use. This set was gifted to me, which I was stoked with. It was a beautiful gift, thank you. And I finally got to use them in this nursery, which I think is a really cute nursery. I mean, imagine nursing a baby in a hanging chair. That would be just so cute. So it's a nice little room. Actually, it's quite a spacious room, but definitely when the child ages up, they could fit, you know, a proper bed in there and a desk and whatnot. It's actually quite an interesting shaped room for that. So I enjoyed that, and plenty of toys, of course. And of course, the rocking horse had to have a lemon color on it because that's what I do. I have to change the colors of things with create a style. Oh gosh, I really, really hope in The Sims 4 they have some kind of create a style, or at least the colors of the different furnitures in the, I think they call it the magazine. the magazine mode. I just hope they really do put a lot of different options in there. Or at least have an expansion at some point. That would be amazing. And this exterior is really nice. No, exterior, outside garden's really fun as well. But we're coming up to the screenshots here. And this is all the 4 townhouses in a row, which are looking very cute. I do love the exteriors of the houses. They're really gorgeous, I think. And you can see the backyards there, which is quite nice. Here's the more conservative Sims house in the lavender house, and the nice pinstriped walls there. And the kitchen with the mirrored splashback, which is quite spacious and nice. And I really love those pinstripes. So classic. And of course the master bedroom, which is nice. And the upstairs area. And of course the other bedroom. We're kind of scooting through a few screenshots here from each house. And not all the rooms, because you've seen most of them throughout the build. But here's the kitchen from the Gryffindor house. And the lovely table there. And there's a bit of a plant sticking through. Oh, the nursery. Loving the nursery. Personally, that's got to be one of my favorite rooms, actually. I think, yeah, definitely. But yes, if you want to see the Sonia's townhouse, that's in the first part. So definitely check that out. There's a nice dining area in the ice cream house. I love how they all have different names. But we're coming to the end now. Thank you so much, guys, and I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are, and I'll speak to you soon.